welcome to the Questionnaires podcast, where each week we source the best questions from Yahoo Answers and attempt to provide the best advice from.
Do phone screens rotate in space?
2.
When a new pawn shop opens up, is it just a big empty store before customers sell them things?
We're here to prove that every question deserves an answer. Joined with me this week, as always, is Marcus.
Hello, Tom.
And Damien.
Hello, Tom.
What's the difference between, I feel like there's like a stigma between, well, maybe not a stigma, but pawn shop compared to thrift shop, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it because the thrift shop is like more of, is it thrift shop more like a charity-based sort of thing? Is that the deal?
I feel like it is, but also, like, when you're thrifty, it's like, oh, you know how to turn a good bargain and all that.
Do you reckon?
When you're pawny, it's there's
I don't think that's right what he's saying.
Yeah, you know St.
to it.
Vinny's are just like greasy.
Well, the same thing as a thrifty.
Yeah, no, but I get
but-
that. But I guess the pawn method is basically where they loan stuff.
Yeah.
Right? They loan money.
I think there's a negative connotation to a pawn shop.
Sure.
Like, even I think cash converters would count as a pawn shop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they
Because-
do loans.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like, and you had showed that thing in our group the other day of like cash converters selling a PlayStation 5 for $1,500,
Which
It's
is double the retail price.
double retail.
Yeah.
Like, usually they should just be like, all right, cool. Well, they retail for $700. Let's sell it for a little bit less than that.
When I think of a pawn shop, I think of like a bald man with a big moustache.
Yeah.
You know, might wear a wife beater, sort of a singlet or whatever you want to call it, stained, and he's telling you he's a loan shark.
Yeah.
When I think of a thrift shop, I think of like an old mum and dad sort of store. That's, you know,
Yeah.
they're acquiring goods and then they're selling it. Like,
That makes sense.
I feel like it's more charitable.
How do you ever like? I often love a bargain. I often look at things like Gumtree and Facebook Marketplace. I feel like the cash converters and those sort of things are a little bit more of like it's like your big league. I don't know, secondhand shopping, and I feel like you'll pay more for stuff there. So I don't dabble in it at all.
100% because they got to do a markup. They're
exactly.
a brick and mortar
They're
sort
a
of store.
business. They're
They're
probably-
a business. They're going to put markup.
Yeah.
But that doesn't stop me from going on their website sometimes to look at like, secondhand games or something
Yeah.
like that because, sometimes they can compete with Gumtree.
I used to do thrift shop shopping. That's a bit of a tongue twister.
shop.
A lot. I used to buy clothes a lot of the time.
Yeah.
This is in my teen years.
Yeah.
Because some cheap clothes and I'm helping out a charity.
Yeah,
This is
right.
kind of nice.
I'm a good guy.
Whereas now, I don't know. It's kind of gross to think of. Like, I remember I found this shirt I liked and picked it up, and you could see visible pit stains on
Oh
it.
yeah, nice.
And I was like, okay.
Hey, look at this. That's discoloration.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this has got VPS.
Yeah, sweet.
Pay extra for that.
I don't like when you can see the history of a shirt on it. So I was
Yeah.
like, no.
I think I remember one year for Damien's birthday, Marcus was like, Damien loves thrifting. We're going to go find something from a thrift shop. I think you got a Seinfeld t-shirt or something like that from St. Vinny's. I feel like we went to Vinny's.
I can't remember, but it does sound
It
like
was
something I would
very,
have done.
very a long time ago. I
Yeah.
remember going to like a Vinny's store.
I remember, look, we used to go
Marcus
to...
is like, this is great. I only had to spend $2 on Damien's birthday present.
I got him like 4 or 5, so I got him the whole
Yeah,
cast.
alright.
Oh, did I
Each
just
cast member...
ousted you as like,
You told me that was a brand new shirt, you piece of shit.
You said Seinfeld
I remember we
merch.
used to go to like those secondhand stores all the time in the teens, and you used to find like great like jackets and all that. And then now I realize like they always used to smell. They always
It's
used
because
to.
they don't clean them.
Yeah.
I think
They don't? They don't even wash them?
No.
Get fucked, they don't wash
They
them.
just like chuck like mothballs and shit on, and that's it.
mothballs.
I've told you. Yeah,
Fuck.
they just throw mothballs at them. I've told you the story about my friend who used to work at a pawn shop. What she found in the pockets once.
Yeah,
Oh, I think so. Yeah,
you told it on
yeah.
She found literal shit.
She found literal
Yeah.
dried up shit
Doodle,
in
baby.
the pockets of some pants that had been donated. So
Yeah.
when I heard that as well, I'm like, okay, maybe thrift shopping isn't for
Do
me
you
anymore.
reckon someone did that intentionally, like fuck these guys, or they just like this person was just like
I
a shit
think so
collector?
because I don't think a turd is something like you forget a receipt in your pockets.
Yeah.
You don't forget shit
If
in
it
your
was
pockets.
if it was in the pants, I would say fine. But someone had to transfer it from the pants to the pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
but
there's a
It's
transaction
not,
there.
it's not logical for it to be in there.
Maybe the guy was like walking his dog, didn't have a bag. He's like, well, I'll put it in my pocket and then I'll donate his pants
Maybe if
straight
it was-
away.
It sounded like it was not dog shit though, right?
That was sexist of you to assume a guy did it. Maybe a girl shit in the pockets.
Look, you're right, but you look. It could be a guy or a girl.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Well,
Doesn't
look,
matter.
Let's leave the thrifting chat for later or another date, guys. We're going to answer some questions from the website Yahoo Answers. It's what we do each and every week. We find questions from the website and try to provide advice to these people and help them on their way. That's how the show works. The other thing we do is we choose a theme for each week to name the question askers, and it's my theme this week.
Here's yours.
And I thought we could name our question askers after something that you used to be good at, that you haven't done for a long time, that you think you could do and be just as good. So something that you used to do, you haven't done it for a while, and you're
Okay.
like, I reckon
If I picked it up right
I
now,
used to skateboard. I reckon I could kickflip.
Oh, I've got one
Straight away.
I've got one.
Yeah.
all right.
But so hang on. Do you think I could be good at it
Right now.
if I tried it again?
I'm not going to give you a skateboard.
No. See, this is the opposite because
Okay.
I learned something recently.
Oh.
I was going to say trampolining
Oh, yeah.
because
No, but that's fair.
I was good at it back in the
Sure.
day. I got a small frame.
Right.
I could flip.
Yep.
I could do all that good stuff.
Yep.
And then I visited my little cousin the other weekend, and he's got a trampoline.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, Zil Damo, come play with me." So I went up on there, and I just tried to do a simple trampoline move where you bounce on your bum and you bounce
Onto your
back onto your feet, right? And when I bounced on my bum, I felt like I pulled both my hammies.
I grabbed both his legs in the air.
I didn't go back onto my feet. I just sat down like, Zil Damo needs a rest.
Help Zil Damon off the mat, please. Drag me to the side.
I almost did.
That's fair.
Have you seen that a video clip of? Do you know Vince McMahon, the owner of WWE Wrestling?
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
So there is there's this real clip that happened, even though most wrestling is fake, where he ran out to interrupt a match because
Something was wrong.
and it wasn't. He was basically going there to manage what was happening.
Yep.
And he ran so fast and slid into the ring that as he went to get up, he blew out both his hammies. So then he's just sitting on the ground and he can't get up.
Losing his mind at these wrestlers.
Like telling people off. So that almost happened to me. I almost blew out both my hammies.
Did the McMahon.
Yeah.
But I do think if I did some yoga and got a bit more flexible, I could get
Yeah.
back to my trampolining ways.
So you thought you were the man, you were actually the McMahon.
Oh my god. It was so I'm only 29. I should not be pulling both of my
you-
shoes on
you-
strings.
that should happen to
You gotta
Tom.
be stretching, Damien. You gotta be stretching.
God, all right. Well, ABS, always be stretching, as they say. All right. So, trampolining writes in, advice on my puppy problems. My wife and I both have muddies, a very rare Hungarian sheepdog breed. We actually met through a social media group on them. Hers is a female, mine a male. They go at it nonstop, and she got pregnant. This is the dog, by the way, not the wife.
Okay, yeah, right. Congrats.
I was so excited to have purebred pups. They'll be so cute. I love them. My wife was excited too. Well, a few days ago she gave birth and they're not purebreds. Looks like she got fucked by a German Shepherd or some other inferior breed like a golden retriever or some shit. Great. I don't want to keep them. She says we should. I said I'll only keep them if we also have purebreds. She says no and she'll get her dog spaded. I think he means spayed.
Spode.
I'm fucking pissed. We agreed we'd have purebred puppies, and she's going back on her word. How should she make it up to me trampolining?
Whoa.
I mean, this guy feels like he's been cheated on.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he feels like.
What the
Like,
fuck
my,
is this?
My dog's been your dog's been sleeping around.
Looks
Your
nothing
dog
like
is
me.
innocent bystander.
He is putting like human social standards
Yeah.
onto dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, was this a business thing? Like he was saying, like,
No, they're partner, like they're actual like dating, aren't they?
Yeah, it's his wife.
They're
They're
married.
married.
They're
but
married.
they didn't want to have pups for the money. Like,
No, I think
wanted to have-
no. I
you
think
know what I
they
mean?
want
Like,
they
that's
want to
the
keep
thing.
them.
He's saying like, oh, I've always wanted a purebred pups. They're so cute. It's like bullshit. You want to be able to sell purebreds.
Yeah.
Like that's the situation right
Yeah.
here. Like that's I don't know.
That's money hungry, but
Well,
but even it's all about the money. I would be doing it for the money. I'm not doing it to keep no pups.
So is he worried that she brought another dog into the party? Like a stud? Like, I'll get the guy finishes and does the job. You know what I mean?
It's like your
Who is
dog's impudent. It doesn't work. Let's get another one in.
Stunt cock.
Yeah, stunt cock.
Like, is that the situation? He thinks that she brought another dog in?
Another
Yes.
fluffer, yeah.
Well,
Fluffer.
I wanted to ask you guys, do you think, let's say you and your partner had an agreement where your two dogs were going to make whoopee and make babies.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden let's say your two German Shepherds pop out a half German Shepherd, half Chihuahua, which
Yeah.
I don't know how that would happen physically.
Yeah.
But do you think you'd be like, how could you?
No,
We need a paternity test
No,
right
I don't
now.
think- Get Maury Povich over
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
Get Jerry Offspringer, please.
Yeah, right. You're another father.
Look, I would be hurt if my partner didn't tell me that she was getting another dog.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
Right.
I wouldn't care about the puppies. Oh, they're puppies. All right. But
You'd find it weird that she went behind your back.
why are you whoring at your dog
Yes.
behind my back? I don't care that much. Like, do you think my dog's impudent? Is that what it is? Like,
Unless
maybe
the
it is.
wife is also cheating on him.
Yeah.
Like maybe...
she's cheating on him with another guy who has a Chihuahua.
No,
or-
so he said a German Shepherd, right?
German Shepherd.
It would be really funny if her dog cheated on his dog with a German Shepherd, and then she cheated on him with a German guy who is a Shepherd as well. A literal German Shepherd.
German guy with like one of those staffs and a bunch of sheep.
Looks like Jesus.
Yeah, right. It's German Jesus.
German Jesus.
So the dog's pregnant now. What is he expecting of this though? What is he expecting her to do with this situation?
It's
Like,
weird that he thinks he
leave?
wants. Yeah, it's weird that he wants like her to make it up to him as well.
I mean,
because I don't think she did anything wrong.
No, she didn't do anything wrong. And but this is the other thing as well, which I don't understand. Why does she want to get the dog spaded after it? Like,
Because I know like the whole pregnancy process for a dog is pretty like full
Taxing.
on. So maybe she just doesn't want him to go through it again.
Maybe, but I think if the only thing that she could do to make it up is like, all right, we'll have one more litter, and it has to be them.
But I don't think she
doesn't have to.
need to do that.
Doesn't
Yeah,
have to.
Yeah.
And I think he's being a huge baby about it.
yes.
So
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you're married to this woman, and you're like, I'm gonna divorce her because her dog's sleeping around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
How dare you?
this
I don't
bitch.
know. Have you-
This bitch.
I mean, you guys have both had dogs. Has
Yes.
anyone ever like been like, oh, you've got a dog, I've got a dog, we should make dogs together? Is that like a
Yeah,
viable
that's
thing
happened.
that people do all the time?
People do that. I've never been offered because I don't take my dog out because
And because your dog's butt ugly as well.
Yeah.
my dog is
so
a beautiful
no one-
fucking dog. All right,
No one wants to
fuck
breed
you.
with.
My dog is beautiful. Nah, she never liked going out, so I'm like, all right, you're not going to see other dogs. That's it. It's fine. But I mean,
that happened to me. We happened to have a Pomeranian back in the day.
Yeah.
Friends had a Pomeranian. It's like mine was a guy. His was a girl, and
Can I
then
make it any more
Any
obvious?
more obvious?
Yeah.
and we brought them over a few times, and it just like never happened. They were just busy playing. It just
Yeah,
never. You don't want to like force them together,
Yeah,
like
of
make
course.
babies.
Yeah.
on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the whole purebred thing, that's what then it's like. That's basically inbreeding, right? So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
where all the health problems
Do
start.
you
so.
need to have a certificate of authenticity to say that it's a purebred? Like, how do you prove that it's a purebred?
Right.
Like, you don't know. It's like when people buy teacup piglets and then they
Yeah.
turns out they're not teacup piglets; they're full-grown hogs.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, I've got this
Yeah,
huge
right.
fucking
Sold
pig.
me a ball.
Damn, it's got tusks and everything. Like, what's the deal with that?
I don't know.
I
would
believe
imagine
they have
so.
like a certification type
Yeah.
of thing to be like, here are all my dog degrees and
If you're
blah,
gonna
blah,
if
blah.
you're gonna sell the dogs for like a few $1,000s, you want to probably have a certificate.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're gonna sell it for a few hundred, it's like, yeah, it's a purebred. It's like, how much you want for it? $200? I don't believe it's a purebred, but for $200, I'll take
Yeah.
it.
I think
Like-
the whole thing with purebreds anyway, it's kind of like a load of baloney.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't like this guy's attitude.
Mhm.
And the thing that I found funny about this question is, if you just read the question, it's just advice on puppy problems. It sounds like a fun question.
Yeah, nice.
He's lulling us into a fun question.
It's very
and it's not.
unreasonable.
It's
And then he's
unreasonable.
like, bloody bitch cheated on my
How
fucker.
dare she?
Yeah.
What else do I not know about the? Like this is the first layer. So what do we want to say for this trampolini?
Get some perspective, man.
yeah, grow up. I
Yeah.
think.
Grow up.
Grow up.
Like the puppies eventually will.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry about it. You've got these puppies. Puppies are cute regardless.
Yeah.
And you never know. Like, if you don't like them, sell them, get money, and that's it. Cool.
Yeah.
If you like them, keep them. Whatever, man. Grow up.
All right, cool.
Dogs are going to be dogs. They're
Dogs are gonna dog. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
big dogs.
Well, let's leave it there for trampoline. I'm going to go next with this one.
Yep.
This one's going to come from rollerblading.
Oh!
I reckon I could do it.
Yeah?
But I feel like I'm not, like, I go on and I just be like, whoop, 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 and fall over. Like, there's a good chance. It's a 50-50. We don't know
How
until
good were you back in the day? Were you
So I used to
toppling-
play inline hockey, so I was
He used to
a mighty
skate.
duck man myself.
He could roller skate backwards.
I could go backwards. If
I
you
could
can-
never do that.
Did you ice skate? Do you ice skate?
Yeah, I've skated before as well. Probably last time I did that was maybe about 7 years ago or
See,
so.
I've never ice skated before,
Oh.
but I want to.
I did ice
We
skating
should
once.
go ice skating.
We should do a
and-
podcast
Yeah,
ice
right.
skating.
On the ice, boys.
On the ice,
On a
it's called.
Zamboni.
Halfway through,
Yeah.
it's like Marcus just disappears from the podcast, and it's because he slipped over and concussed
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll happen. I've done ice skating before, and let me tell you, don't hire the skates because they're fucking garbage.
The rentals.
Oh,
They hurt my foot quite a
okay.
bit.
All right.
Okay,
That's
so
me.
let's go with this one. This is going to come from Rollerblading. Rollerblading writes in, my friend is extremely stingy. My best friend and I have known each other for 40 years, and he went to grade school and college together. He became a stockbroker and now owns 4 houses and is worth around $7 million. I own a convenience store which makes about $2,000 a month, and I have 3 children. From time to time, I ask my friend for a little change, only when I am greatly in need, and always with an apology and gratitude. Little things like my power bill or my children's dental fees. I only ask.
Just a dental face.
I only ask when I have no other choice. My friend is always obliged, but he's been getting a bit mean about it. Recently, I went house hunting because my apartment is in a bad area of town, and now that my